Howdy, howdy, everybody. Thanks for tuning in here. We got a couple of special guests with me tonight. We got some local Washington libertarians here. David McLaren, my campaign manager. Thank you for joining me. Loving the swag behind you there, American flag. And Libertarian Party of King County Chairman Miguel. And Miguel, while you were backstage here, I realized I don't know how the heck you pronounce your last name. I haven't heard it said.
Oh, no worries. Duque. Yeah.
Duque. Miguel Duque, Libertarian Party King County Chairman. Thank you for being on tonight.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to touch base with everybody here. We had an awesome day. First off, sorry for blowing up your Facebook feeds. You guys got so many notifications today. Thank you for not blocking me. But all jokes aside, we had an incredible day. With this money bomb. David, why don't you go ahead and kind of fill everybody in on what we were working on today?
Yeah, so we worked in partnership with Libertarian Party of King County to do a big money bomb on social media today, where we had people sharing out asks to donate to Anthony Welty for this campaign. And the cool thing about this in particular was the first $2,000 raised would be matched by the Libertarian Party of King County. So today, that being said, we raised a total of $5,000. And that was a huge day for us. And really within about 10 hours, we raised that amount. So it was a great day. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000 for a third-party candidate, grassroots style, with no corporate, lobbyist donor, no PAC money, none of that stuff coming in. Miguel, thank you for helping put this together and bringing all my supporters on board.
Oh, well, I mean, the King County Party can't even take credit at all. I mean, you guys have been putting in the work, and it's really our generous donors. You know who you are. That have made this possible, and they've seen that we've been doing everything we can to spread the word about Anthony. And you've been just doing an awesome job on social media. So, all the great stuff you post, we share it every chance we get. And I'm super pumped that's really epic that, already just day one, you're halfway there. So, it almost sounds like you might even need to raise your goal. So really glad to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot done today. We had some really generous donors, over the last 2.5 years, people that have been donating to me for, 20, 25 months now, in some cases, $10, $25, $35 a month. And, that adds up to, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And, to see people give more today is frankly embarrassing. The whole asking for money thing, some politicians love it, right? We know they like greasing the wheel and getting all that dark money and whatnot. And, it's not my thing, but to see people, really put their money where their mouth is and support somebody that's, truly trying to support them, it was humbling. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's been helping for these last couple of years, because it's as corny as it sounds. I can't do this without you, and I wouldn't want to. If I was doing it without you guys, I wouldn't do it, frankly. Serving your families is what drives me to work this hard and to try to do things different. Miguel, you could probably touch on this a little bit. Tell people the difference between libertarian funding of campaigns and how we handle our money compared to maybe these two other parties that do billion-dollar campaigns.
Absolutely. It's so crazy, right? That this is rare in politics, that your support is coming from Washington, like not from out of state lobbyists, big companies that basically want to, like you said, grease the wheel. They want to fund these politicians to go and write laws that, make it easier for them to shut out competition, for them to basically take advantage of government favoritism. You are entirely the opposite. So we, the people, are the ones actually funding Anthony Welty. So it's crazy that that's rare in politics, though it's very refreshing to see. And of course, that's what we're about in the Libertarian Party and the Libertarian movement. We're really about supporting candidates like you who are there to take down all that, that government favoritism and that, the rigged system. So you're out there crushing it. We're proud of you.
And the thing is a lot of politicians, and I hate that I'm even classified with them, but I guess I got to own it at this point, guys. Sorry, I am a politician now. But they often like to complain about, big money in politics, or, where the other side is getting their money from. If you're on the Democrat ticket and a Republican candidate gets money from the NRA, right, you're going to blast them for it. And if you're on the Republican side and the Democrat gets money from Planned Parenthood, you're going to blast them for it. And both sides are bought and paid for in so many ways. And you can see it in the policies that are being passed, and the pork and the fat that's attached with everything. We saw it with the stimulus bailout, where the corporations still are the ones making out like, Midas, or they just, wave their or blow their little dog whistle, and the politicians come running, and we're doing it in an exact opposite fashion. It's easy to say that we don't like this. It's a lot harder to walk the walk. And it would have been very easy for me to realize that, this campaign, one, is going to go under the radar, and I could probably get away with taking money from anybody I wanted. But I wouldn't be able to look my son in the eye at the end of the day. I wouldn't be able to look the voters in the eye. And I hate myself for it. So we're doing it the hard way to really set the example now while we're running for office of the precedent we're going to bring in once we win. And I think it's so important to set that example now while people are paying attention. David, real quick, tell everybody where they can donate, what the projects are that we're working on, why this fundraising is so important right now.
Yeah. So quick update on just where we stand in I wanted to tell this to our audience, is that we are more than 3 times as much raised as our opponent, Mr. Kreidler. That's a huge place to be at against a 20-year incumbent. But the reality of this race is, if we look back at the history of it, Kreidler has typically had between $130,000 and $160,000 to run this race. So we will have to raise at least that much to have a fighting chance to take on Kreidler. If you want to donate right now, go to anthonywelty.com. There's a little donation box in the top right-hand corner. You can go click that. That'll take us to our donor box. What this money will be used for right now, we are looking at buying large highway signs just to get Anthony's name out there. We are also looking at paying for some texting and getting some text blasts out there just to let people know about Anthony. Right now, with a 3-way race, we're not just looking at Kreidler. We're also looking at the Republican, and we need to stake our claim in this race. And the good news is we are the front runner. We have outraised both of them combined. And so we're in a really good position, but we just need to keep the energy up.
Yeah. And just because we've raised a lot of money doesn't mean anything. And let's be frank, a lot is kind of subjective. $60,000 is what we've raised so far as a campaign. That's a ton for me. I've never done any fundraising before. But in grand scheme of things, we know the other political parties are raising, hundreds of thousands of dollars for their candidates. And what's really setting us apart is we're going to get more votes per dollar than they could ever dream of. You can see the trailer behind me. For those of you that haven't really followed the campaign and the finance and what we're doing as closely as others, it'd be very easy for me to campaign across the state and, stay at Holiday Inns, at Ritz-Carltons, at Hiltons and things of that nature, spending, $100 to $200 a night, and to win a statewide race, you basically have to do it full time for minimum 6 months. And that's if you're a Republican or Democrat and your party's the power party in the state. If you're doing it as a grassroots candidate, you got to do a lot more work for a lot longer. And, $100, $200 a night at a hotel just wasn't necessary. So we're living in a 27-foot travel trailer. You guys can kind of see it behind me here. This is my home right now, 200 square feet. And right now, the place where I'm staying at right now is $15 a day. Because we're on a membership plan. So we're getting by on about $60 a day overhead cost. to do this campaign full time and to reach voters. So your money is going to go directly in to making sure that we can get this type of thoughtful spending, this type of frugal governance into office, so that you and your families can be more prosperous. So your costs will go down, so that you'll have one less hand in your pocket. And it means a lot to me to set the example, because nobody else is. There is nobody else in office that is willing to take the road less traveled. Quoting the great Henry David Thoreau. And that's something that's been paramount to me my entire life, is not taking the easy way out. Miguel, I wanted to thank you for helping the last couple of days put this together. Where can people get a hold of the Libertarian chapter in King County?
Oh, sure. Thanks for asking. So there's lpkingcounty.com. It's how you find us. But more importantly than that, as you can see on the screen, go to donorbox.org/welty4wa. Go to anthonywelty.com. And we're really excited that we've already met and exceeded, what we needed to send you those matching funds. We're going to cut that check, send it over to you ASAP, so that you can keep getting the message out there. And I'd love to see you lock this down. Today, tomorrow? It's very possible at this point. So Anybody watching out there, anything you can give, I implore you. And I'm very, very excited about all the momentum building behind Anthony.
How much more do we need, David, right now? Where do we stand, and what's the goal by Friday? I can't recall.
We have a goal of 10,000 by Friday. We have raised 5,000 of that, so we only have 5,000 more to go. That's, like I said, within the first 10 hours. So we might have to raise that goal, guys.
Well, definitely do me a favor, everybody. If having more accessible, more accountable, more affordable government and insurance matters to you, share this post with your friends. Send them a text message, send them a DM, a Twitter, whatever platform you want to use, but get personal. Talk to your friends about why you support me and why you've put your money into this campaign, because I want to make sure that we raise enough money to put your money to good use and get me, into the general election in November. And winning the primary is going to not be an easy route. We have to push to the finish line for August 4th. Get out the vote over the next couple of weeks. Your ballots will be hitting your mailboxes. Absentee ballots are already out. I have it under good authority. I've already received my first vote. And I know Kreidler didn't get one. So, help spread the word. Get involved with the campaign. Go to anthonywelty.com. Volunteer so my campaign manager David McLaren can blow up your phone with things that he needs help with, and join a movement. This is not about me. It's about all of us being more prosperous, and I truly want to help your family. So David, I appreciate what you've done for me the last 9 months on the campaign. You've been a rock for me, and Miguel, it's been great getting to know you, and I know the King County chapter's got big things coming. So let's work together, everybody. Let's spread liberty. And we all know the phrase, be free.
Oh, yeah. Be free, vote Welty.
Awesome. Nice. Hey, peace out, everybody. Go to anthonywelty.com. Donate as much as you possibly can. Get your friends to give even more, especially your rich friends. And message me if you have any questions about policy. I'm happy to schedule a phone call. Take care. Be well, everybody.
Peace out.